Hi guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a comparison video. I asked you guys on Instagram and Twitter if you wanted to see this, and so many of you were like, yes, I want to see it. So what we're going to be doing is comparing the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette to the Aura by Bad Habit. These are complete dupes for one another, or they're exactly the same in any case. They look like this. Let me see if I can do it. They look like this. Completely the same. Same colors, same everything. So I want to go and do one side with the original and one side with the dupe and see if they are comparable enough in formula that the dupe may be worth it, because this is a $12 palette while the original is a $42. So let's go ahead and get into this and see what we're working with.
We were there catching fire, now you're here burning bright in the flames.
So I completed my whole face except for setting spray, because that's just the last thing I do, and my eyes are not done. I feel like a naked potato. Naked one. I will leave everything that I did use on my face listed down below if you guys are interested. I always do in my description box, but I do need to prime my eyes because they are oily AF. Meh. So I'm just going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I really like this primer. It cancels out some things on the eyelid, but it's not like Max Painterly Pots or whatever they're called. It's not a serious paste. So I'm going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to go into Unity, which is more of a flesh tone color, to set the primer. And I'm going to be using this side of my face for the original. I'm just going to set that. This looks really orange. Holy crap, in the original. I have used both of these palettes separately by themselves, so I know how I feel about them separately as palettes, but we're going to see how they are together. And then I'm going to go into the Aura palette, and I'm going to use Dream State, which is the dupe color. This one is actually more of a flesh tone color, a great setting color for your primers. So there's definitely a difference between these two colors already. I actually like the dupe one better, and it seems to be softer on the eyelid because I can just sweep it through and I can feel how it's setting and it's soft. With this one, it doesn't feel as soft, and it's more colored. You can probably tell that this one is a darker color than this one, so it's going to throw off the rest of my shadow. I'm just hoping this doesn't look too bad as the outcome, because I gotta film after this. Now, to begin with, this is kind of hard for me because the palette in general is really, when it comes to transitions and matte colors, it's just limited to me, and that is something that I just overall about both of them, just the color setup of this, I don't like. So it's a little bit hard for me because I kind of want to do a more neutral top and then a pop of color on the bottom, and I know what I want to go for, but I don't have the transition colors for that I want to do. I wish they would have had a little bit of a more camel and light brown color within this, but they have like pinks, mauves, and orange. So I guess I'm going to go in with Eden, which is more of a pink color, and just lightly start putting that in the crease. I'm already kind of mad at this eye because of the fact that that color I used to set down on the primer is way too dark. And I am using a Wayne Goss number 16 blender. Sometimes the brushes that you use for your eyes can really make a difference with the formulas you're working with, so I wanted to use the best that I have, so I can't fall back on it may be the brush's fault. And in the Aura palette, I am going to use Awakening, which is kind of the same color. There is a subtle color difference here with these, but I don't know if you'll be able to actually tell. I think that you can definitely tell a slight difference just because of that stupid color that I put down on top of the primer. It's just throwing it off. So now I'm going to go in with Saturn in the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And this is more of the orange. And I'm going to deepen up the crease. I need a new brush. I'm going to go in with the Wayne Goss number 17, which is a smaller blender. And then go in and deepen up this crease and make it a little bit more orange than pink. And then I'm going to go into Mystique, which is a beautiful name. And that's the orange of the Aura palette with the same brush. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now I am going to do a half cut crease. So I cut my crease here. I just did it off camera because that doesn't really matter. It's not part of the video. But I do want to go in with, what color do I want to use? I think I'm going to go in with Pyramid. Oop. Which is this gold right here, and this is in the Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm going to go in with a flat brush that I used to cut my crease. And I'm just going to put that down. Oh, this is kind of chunky. Alright, so I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills gold done. It was kind of chunky and it fell out all over my face. So let's go ahead and try the Auras, which is called Soul right here. And see if we have the same thing going on. Not chunky. It's very, very smooth. Ooh, and it's much more reflective and pretty too. Wow. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell the difference in the camera because it sucks at picking up like sheen, but that is so much better than that. That's a very dull gold, while this is a very shimmery and bright gold, and that's the dupe. There was a little bit of fallout with this gold, but not nearly as much as with this gold from the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I am going to go back into each of the oranges with the Wayne Goss number 20 brush just to mesh that cut crease color into my eye a little bit more before I do a darker color. Then I'm going to use the Wayne Goss number 19, and I'm going to go into this dark brown. In the Anastasia Beverly Hills, it's called Parallel. And I'm going to start to put that on the outer corner where I put down that orange and just deepen it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take the Wayne Goss number 18 brush and just blend the top of that out so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going to use that same Wayne Goss 19 brush and go into Vibe here in the Aura palette and see how this one is. They do have a slight color difference, it looks like, but let's see how they look on the eyes. Alright, so far this is what we're looking at. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye, and this is the Bad Habit. Now I'm going to go into Lucid in the Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is this white, because it's really the only brow bone color I can find in the palette. This palette's colors are very limiting, which I don't really like, but I'm just going to put this down. This is kind of a chunky glitter shade. What the hell is it? Then I'm going to go into a Phenomenon in the Aura palette, which is the same type of color. Oh, this one's much better. This one's more of a shadow than a chunky glitter like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. Oh, and that one is beautifully reflective. Wow. Alright, now I'm going to do my eyeliner, put on some lashes, come back, and we're going to finish the lower half and try a whole different color. Now that I have my lashes and liner on, liners, I don't even want to talk about them today. I'm going to go into the orange that I used in my transition for each eye, and I'm going to dust that underneath my eye. And so that's Saturn for the ABH palette, so let's go ahead and do that. And then, of course, it's Mystique for the Aura palette, so. Do you see this look? That's what I do when I'm putting colors under my eye. Now, I wanted to put a pop of color because the color that calls to me in both of these palettes is, where is it? This green right here. So I want to put that heavily underneath the eye. I'm going to go in with a Maybelline liner, and this is in Caribbean Sea. It's kind of the same color, maybe a little bit lighter, and I'm going to put that in my waterline. And then I'm going to take a smudge brush, and I'm going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, which is Throne. And I'm just going to line that very close to that eyeliner that I put in my waterline. This one looks a little bit darker. And then from the Aura palette, it's called Ecstasy. And I'm going to use that and do the same thing on the other eye. I am going to go in with the white in each palette and put that as an inner corner highlight. And then I'm going to throw some mascara on, and we're going to be right back to talk about these. Okay, so the big question of the day, are they dupes? I, in my opinion, 100% think that they are dupes. Let's take a look at the swatches. If you look at them, there are subtle color changes and differences in them, but for the most part, they are basically spot on to each other with the colors. Some are maybe a shade or two off, but on the eye, there's not a big enough difference for them to not be considered dupes. However, using them on my eyes, my final thought on this, which is insane to me, is I would rather use the Aura palette than the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. The gold, just the colors in general of the Aura palette are so much more pigmented and vibrant and a little bit easier to blend. The brown that I used on the outer corner for the Aura was just like silk blending into the other colors. On this eye, there's a little bit of patchiness that you can actually see on camera from that brown because it was a little bit drier. The shade that I used for the brow bone highlight, well, it's beautiful. It's a chunkier glitter, which holds less need for me in a palette. And this one had a little bit more powder to it, but with the same reflectiveness. So this one held a little bit more usefulness for me within a palette. So overall, and I've used these both separately from now, I find more use out of the Aura palette. If I was going to reach for either one, it would be the Aura palette, and this is $30 cheaper. So that is insane to me. And the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette also had more fallout than the Aura palette did. So I'm a little shocked because I'm not going to lie, I know that this was good. I knew it was good from the get-go, but I didn't think that it was going to be better than the Prism palette. I really didn't, because sometimes when you pay a higher price, you're paying for better ingredients, and while you still may have better ingredients in this one than the Aura palette, this one performs 10 times better. Even the green, well, the green in the Prism palette is gorgeous on its own still. It's not as vibrant and beautiful as the green in the Aura palette. So I'm in love with this one. I would highly recommend this one. And if you want to get it off the website of Shop Hush, off of Shop Hush, I have a coupon code which is affiliated. It's Niki M10, and you can get 10% off. I'm not sure if it works on the app, but I know it works on the websites. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an affiliate with this company. They have some really, really crappy palettes, and they really do, and we are going to be discussing that later on in a video. But I can't deny that this was way better than this, and even I am a little shocked. So if you have any questions about the performance, about my opinion on anything that I did not discuss, leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Which side looks better to you guys? Let me know. I am shocked, and I would highly recommend, whether you have the money or not, to get the Aura palette over the Prism palette. It just performs better. It's more vibrant. It's more blendable. Doesn't have as much fallout. It's just overall a better palette. So I will leave the links to everything and everything on my face, everything that I used in the video. All of that will be down below, along with the site for Shop Hush if you are interested. It's really hard to know if dupes are worth it or not, or if they're even close enough to the original palette to be worth buying as a dupe. So I highly recommend the Aura palette. I think it's amazing. If you guys have another palette from Shop Hush that you want me to review, I don't have a lot of the original palettes to them, but if you want me to review it specifically and use it on camera, let me know in the comments as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any nonsense, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!